welcome, everybody. It's so good to see you. Oh my gosh. Hello, Janet. Hello, Bridget. Hello, Rita. I'm so excited to see you guys. Today we have a very exciting call. We get to embark on that connection that we had from last week with self-love, but we've got a lot of incredible stories to be shared. And the purpose of this call is that we get to enjoy the connection that we have with this book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer. We get to use the principles and the teachings of this book and share how it's changed our lives. Oh my gosh, Reem, it's so good to see you. Hello. Elio, it's good that you're here. So glad. And hello, Wanda. I would like to ask a couple of people to share, but we've had a lot of activity this last week. We've had, Monday was Valentine's Day, the day of love. Hopefully you guys did some self-love connection. We also had the European call on Friday, which was amazing. So I'd like some people to share their experience about that and our incredible oh my gosh, it was an incredible experience with Anna on letting go, which was, a big part of what we've been working on as a group is letting go. And then we also had the Asia Pacific call. Carol led that with love. She did an incredible journey. She took us on a journey of on Jivika's life and how the scriptures came in and where they are and how they're being held. And we just really invite any of you guys to join us on that Friday night call, Saturday for Saturday morning for the people in the Asia Pacific area. We also had the 3-year training call and just so many other things. So I would like to ask, we had the graduation of many of you from the 28-day detox. And I would like to ask a few people, who has that burning feeling in their heart that would like to speak just now? I have a couple of people I want to call on, but if you want to unmute and let me know that you want to speak and share with us, it would be awesome. Is Nancy on the call yet? I don't see Nancy.
No, she's not on the call yet.
Miriam, would you please unmute and be able to share with us your experience of any of these events we have had this week? There's been a lot of them.
Hello, namaskar, everybody. Sending lots of peace and love. There are so many things to share. I guess on Friday, I felt so much appreciation and love for all the people that joined for letting go and going through the mamas and going through the breath work and following Anna's guidance, where she did this incredible breath work with music, connected with the What I Want Mama, and people spoke about their fears and then they let them go. And it was just beautiful. And it was so humbling to be part of a team to facilitate this. So yeah, so much gratitude and so much love in my heart.
Well, Miriam, we are so grateful that you are hosting this European call on Friday afternoon or Friday morning for some of us in the States. It's Friday evening in Europe. It has been so well attended. It's been incredible. And you host it with so much love, and you hold us in your energy field, and so much love is expressed on that call. It's absolutely beautiful. I have to agree with you with the power of what happened on that call with just the open communication. I don't know if Sissy is here. Sissy, if you're here, would love to hear from you. But being able to vulnerably share the things that we were letting go, and in conjunction with Dr. Clint's activity of being able to let go so that we can be more connected to our divine selves and show up in the world in an incredible healing way. Sissy shared some incredible things, and Andrea Wood shared some incredible things. But Anna's process was, we did some movement. Anna, would you like to speak to what you experienced? It was pretty amazing.
Yes, for me to guide the bread work, it was very beautiful, and the every connections that happen, that the things that people bring, the sufferings and so on, and the possibility to open and heal from inside, from the inner power that we bring with bread work. So, and the music, I love to guide those sessions, and I could felt really most of the people were really surrendering and entering it. I open the eyes sometimes and see the people, and they were really on the journey. we can see in the expression and the energy that was opening. And for me it was also like that, because when I guided those sessions also I feel that energy open. So for me it's also a healing process. So and to heal together because a story of one person, a suffering of one person is the suffering of all of us, because it's the human story. It's the humankind story, that we have all these wounds and hurts and suffering and so on. So to heal together, for me, it's really something very powerful. And in that call, in that session, I really felt that it was really like that, a group healing. I was very blessed for it. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. We so thank you, Anna. But I absolutely agree. When somebody shared their story, it was so powerful. There were so many of us that connected to that story. It's very similar to what we experience on the Sunday call. When you share your story, we all connect to it in some way, or it sparks something in our mind that takes us down our own path, whether it be our own path of healing, or our own journey, or things that we need to heal as well. And it's absolutely incredible. I love seeing everybody on this call. I would like to talk about, thank you so much, Anna. It was what we're going to be posting the link to that call, and then you guys can experience that meditation if you would like to.
Jonah,
and I can see from outside. I would like also to see from outside.
Dr. Clint, you're sharing some pictures.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize that everyone could see it, but this was a big week in a lot of ways for all of us. And for me, it was so beautiful. My mom's birthday was yesterday, and we surprised her. All 7 of her living kids flew in to town, and I just want to see if I can show you the look on her face, since a lot of us just, I don't know, those who know my mom love her, but let's see if I can actually play the video. It's just so adorable, so amazing. Yeah. So, okay, I guess I'll just show you the picture. This is what she looked like when she walked in the door. and this is like all of us. We just surprised her, welcomed her with so much love. And my mom, she, on her birthday, what she decided to do was she started by making mung crepes, and then she went with my other brother and distributed food at the food bank for hundreds of people that needed it. And then we surprised her with this beautiful surprise. And then afterwards she went to just have some time with herself, going to the temple and other things like that. And it's just really beautiful. It made me feel like, wow, there's a lot of beautiful surprises that can happen in this life. And on this call today, we got some powerful, beautiful surprises. I want to thank Jana so much for welcoming everyone with so much love. Even when I woke up this morning, I was reading the WhatsApp chat for for this group. I was surprised with laughter at Nancy's story about getting the headache and telling her husband she wanted to test out onion rings, and he was skeptical, but she thought he can just benefit from my illusion, and the headache went away. And then Andrea for Humanity, your comment was making me laugh so much about seeing the commercial about, no more, guys, no more hearing your wife say, I'm too tired tonight, honey, I got a headache, then bring out the onion rings. You could be an expert commercial creator, Andrea. So actually, if you guys aren't in that WhatsApp group, maybe Jana or Cornelia, could you post the link of it?
Yeah, I can post it.
Today we have so much to pack in, so many miracles, and especially to hear your miracles for those who have completed the 28-day Hmong soup detox. And then also for those who have had such beautiful experiences from letting go, letting yourself be loved. And we want everyone to have a chance. So today's call, we're going to have 45 minutes all together, and then the rest of the time in breakout rooms to maximize the chances for you to be able to share your stories. So one of the best surprises today is we have such a cool musical guest. I see he's on the call right now, and I just want to introduce him properly. I was introduced to him by Reem, one of our awesome community people, members, who's just so inspiring to me. And I'm just going to introduce Blake just real briefly. He says that Dr. Blake Brandeis is a TEDx speaker, America's Got Talent performer, and founder of the personal development company Motivational Millennial. With a PhD in hip hop, that's a cool PhD, a PhD in hip hop and global youth cultures, Blake has spoken to over 350,000 students, parents, and educators around the world and presents growth mindset and grit assemblies to help students remix their reality. So basically he's using music to help kids fall more in love with themselves. He's also an award-winning beatboxer, rapper, music producer, produced #1 radio songs in Europe and performed over 2,000 shows around the world. Fun fact, he once performed or rapped with the composer of the movie Moana and the hip hop musical Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Blake was a recipient of the Marshall Scholarship and one of the most competitive graduate awards in the world. He regularly coaches young people on how to create lives filled with passion, resilience, and success. Please give a big virtual round of applause and join me in welcoming Dr. Blake Brandeis as he drops us from our head into our heart. So Blake.
Thank you so much, Dr. Clint. Good morning, everyone. It is such a privilege to be with you. I'm coming to you live from my recording studio in Berkeley, California this morning. And the gift that I just want to offer this morning is that I've had the privilege of supporting students for the past 17 years, from elementary, middle school, high school, and then on in their lives, as Dr. Clint said, to fall in love with themselves and also to work through some of the programming that I think they and so many of us received as children, that perhaps we were too much in one way or not enough in another way. And so I share this incredible research led by Dr. Carol Dweck out of Stanford University about the growth mindset, on how our brains have neuroplasticity. They can grow and improve even if we're not great at something when we start. And so the music that I do is called freestyle rap, and you may be familiar with this. It's where you make up a rap song on the spot. And so when I'm working with students, what I invite them to do is to tell me something they're passionate about, whatever they love or love to do, and then I incorporate it into a rap. And so what I would invite you to do this morning is to share something that you are passionate about, something you love to do. And you can just type it in the chat. And what I'm going to do, I have an instrumental here, a beat, as we call it in hip hop, that I am going to put on. And then it's just going to be a short 3 minutes so we can get to the rest of the miracles. And I'm going to make up a rap on the spot about some of the things that you are passionate about. And the way you'll know it's improvised right here and right now is because you are going to tell me what to rap about. So I already see some coming into the chat. Thank you so much, Rita. Swimming in the ocean. Susie, I love to soak up the sun, sand, wind, and water. All right, we got the Hmong soup. Excellent. Great. So what I'm going to do is you can follow along. I'm just going to go down the chat one by one, so you can start at the beginning with Rita's comment, and you can follow along as we do this freestyle rap. We got the instrumental here. And we're going to start out with swimming in the ocean. All right, nice. Yo, check it. Love is a circle. Yo, I'm talking spherical. Yes, I see we are here experiencing miracles. Every day, you know I'm feeling emotions. You know we gotta flow with it, swimming in the ocean. Yes, here to all our sons and daughters. We love soaking up the sun, wind, and water. Yes, you know we are chilling as a group here in our hearts and drinking some Hmong soup. Oh, you know we can give us all some favors. Yes, thanks to Creator, we're chilling here with nature. And you know you can speak to the heart like Robin Lee, creating life as a work of art. Yes, you know how we do it, it's true. Yo, Dr. Clinton, Dr. Smita for you. Passionate, you know that we all gotta seek it. Yes, open our hearts to the ancient secrets. You know we can go south to north. You know we can fly, meditation like a stork. Let it all go. Yes, there is hope, cause we gotta practice Janet personal growth. You know we fly the greatest of ease. I'm all moving with the breeze and we're hugging the trees. Oh, yes, we give a lot of hugs. Andrea says we gotta hack their hearts with love. Yes, we do. We talking about that unity. Belly said, Bell, a lot of love from this community. Oh, you know I kick it, I get with it. And you know you might be knocking it, I'm talking cricket. Smooth like that, or maybe the cricket's chirping. You know how I say, maybe the cricket's chirping. You know how I do it, I'm rhyming and then I'm searching. You know I am feeling enveloped like an urchin there in the water. You know we bout gone. I'm passionate about art, helping those find a home. You know I have to rap, sometimes say a pardon, cause we all make mistakes, but we're digging in the garden and planting flowers so they gonna grow higher. Yes, you know we do it, we can all be liver, enlivening our hearts and our brains in the sun, the heat of the sun and nature as one. Yes, can you access the Friday class using the normal link? Well, Cornelia, I think you probably can, but we go with the flow. Yes, finding life's purpose, yeah, you got to know that the answer is inside you, and it might surprise you. I don't know, I just opened what my eyes do to see each other and see ourselves with love. So thanks, Dr. Clint and Jana, lots of hugs. What? Thank y'all so much.
That was really remarkable. I just wanted to keep going. It was so fun.
Thank you. Always down for an encore.
Well, we definitely want to have you come back again. I want to make sure everyone has the link if they want more information about the beautiful work that you're doing. So I saw Andrew for Humanity posted it. Maybe someone else can just post it in the chat. So anyone who wants to connect more with Blake, you can do that. Wow. Thank you, Reem, for that awesome recommendation.
And I just say, do you mind? I watched your TED Talk yesterday and it was really amazing. So this man has a talent and he just expressed it even deeper and stronger here in this chat. I think my favorite one, I mean, I loved all of them, but I loved it when you were talking about Cornelia in the chat. I read about the leak. It was amazing. I mean, for you to be able to do this right on the spot and take these things and be able to put it in, this is I mean, it's awesome. So thank you, Blake. Thank you for sharing who you are and your true essence. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you for the reflection, and thank you so much for the privilege of being here with you. I so appreciate the light and love that you bring to the world, just being here and seeing everyone's faces smiling and engaging. And I know we're all on our own journeys and the various struggles, but also the joys and sharing what we love. So thank you for being with all of it and for the privilege of being with you today.
Yeah, and I also want to say, if you could post Dr. Blake, if you could post your TEDx talk in the chat so people can benefit from that. This is so applicable, whether you know it or not, to exactly what we do on these Sunday calls. We have no plan. It's let love guide us, and in that miracle, when we play, like one of the big things that came out of last Saturday's call was Dr. Naram's insistence. It's not in the book, but we shared the videos from the German university where he and I were teaching this course, to the certification course, and doctors came from all over the world. And he emphasized for a good 1-2 hours that life is a game. And when we see things more playfully, it's amazing. Also, when we sit in the back seat, we let love guide. how spontaneous we can be, how much joy there is, how many miracles we see, all the synchronicities. 2 weeks ago, we talked about all the synchronicities. And Dr. Blake, you gave us a living, breathing example of that, of the music of life, of listening to the music and listening to the miracle. And so, so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Well, thank
Can I
you. And
also
thank you
share-
for Reem for talk about trusting the synchronicity. You know, Reem and I hadn't connected for a couple of years, and then she shared with the incredible work that you and this community are doing. And 1 week later, here we are. So thank you for trusting that synchronicity as well.
I would like to say, you know, Dr. Naram always says there is no failure. You know, there's only outcome. And Dr. Blake in his TED Talk was expressing those concepts. There were two concepts. Would you like to share those concepts that you share with the world regarding what millennials believe? There are two things that they believe. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sure, thank you. Absolutely. So, one of the things I've been passionate about is helping people in the millennial generation. So, you know, roughly born between 1980 and 97-ish, to really find their sense of purpose in life and their calling. And so, one of the things that my business partner and I found as we were interviewing hundreds of millennials who had achieved what they consider to be success either in their life or in their field of the professional field. What we found is that they exhibited these two factors, and one was the resilience. So what, Jana, you just mentioned, this idea of there are no mistakes. Everything that happens, whether we would wish it or not, can be a learning opportunity if that's the attitude and that's the perspective we invite to it. So they really had this sense of, wow, I didn't expect that to happen, much like Dr. Clint, you said with the freestyle rap. I didn't necessarily expect a link to be flying in there, but hey, we can use this and make it better. And as Jana said, it might be the best thing that happened. For me in my America's Got Talent audition, I made it to the Madison Square Garden round. I was there with the celebrity judges, and they X'd me. And in that moment, as I was freestyle rapping on stage in front of 3,000 people, I was like, oh no, they X'd me, they don't like this. But I was like, or what if we use this? And so I incorporated it into my rap. And, with seconds left, I said, time is running out, but I'm not stressing. I came to reach the people and to teach a lesson. And it doesn't matter if Howard gets to Xing, I'm still gonna keep rapping, no question. And the crowd, they went wild. And so I share that with students in my assemblies to just say that sometimes these things we think, oh, it's a disappointment or it's a failure. It can be the thing that turns us around, that redirects us, that guides us to where we're supposed to be. So so that was the first thing, resilience. And the second thing was what you're doing here, which is community. If we feel like we're alone in our struggle, it feels hopeless. It can feel isolating. It can feel so painful. And when we're in community, we realize not only are other people experiencing similar things, but they might have figured out something, much like the ancient secrets that you're sharing here, to help or just even to witness, to hold space, or to offer their own resources when we feel like we might be at the end of our own rope. So those two aspects we found to be really transformative, not only in the lives of millennials, but of people of all ages as well.
I just felt like they were such in alignment with Dr. Naram that I just wanted to have you share that, Dr. Blake. Thank you so much.
That was inspiration, Jana. One story that pops out, Dr. Naram, he emphasized so much Atiti Devo Bhava is the way to speak it, which is treating the unexpected guest as if God himself or herself has come. And both of what you're sharing, what is the impact of this community? And on this last week's calls, Esther Francis and Roma Rishi and other people were just talking about how much it means to have these calls where you immerse yourself in the miracles and possibility. On the scholarship call for those who are joining the 1-year Ancient Secrets Immersion, the personal enrichment training, Jody Curtis shared such an amazing story about this. First of all, when sometimes troubles come, it's natural for us to want to isolate, to actually move back and kind of retreat. And so she had done that. And unfortunately, it just compounded and it just kept getting more and more difficult. And then she said she actually had given a gift of the book, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, to her friend. And then her friend gave it to someone else, but then later said, no, wait, I need that. So ordered it on Amazon. But the book that showed up wasn't the English book, but was the Farsi book. It was the book in Farsi. And she doesn't know how to read Farsi. Now, that's kind of like what Dr. Blake is saying. The X comes, but you flow with it. So she thought, okay, I'll give this to Jody, who can give it to a library. Gave it to Jody. Now, Jody was in the midst of some financial situations, all kinds of challenges. And on this scholarship call, she was just sharing so beautifully from her heart. She just held the Farsi book, not even being able to read the words, but just held it in her hands, felt the pages and asked for help. And all of a sudden she had memories come back to her about when I don't remember how long ago, maybe 10 or more years ago, she was working for a TV station that was broadcasting in Farsi. And she was doing all the marketing, everything, and creating all the content. And then when it came time to pay her, they stopped communicating with her. And she realized that she had a lot of anger or hurt inside of her she hadn't let go of. And as she was holding the book in Farsi, this beautiful miracle happened where all of a sudden, you know, whether Dr. Ram or love or the universe or however you want to say it, let her release that. And in the releasing of that anger, of that hurt, that very day, a check came in the mail she was not expecting. The next day, more money came. And I just thought, what a beautiful example of letting go, letting love guide, and treating the unexpected guests as if God himself or herself has come. So Dr. Blake, your story, such a perfect example of this. And Jody, she just sent me a message saying she couldn't be on the call at the beginning, but send her lots of love, you know. Same thing. Okay, and then right before I forget, this is the last day for early bird registration for the 1-year Ancient Secrets Immersion Personal Development Training. So if you want to join that, this is a very good time, or you have some impression or inspiration, you want someone else in your life to join that experience. Everyone who wants to join, who has a burning desire to join, can. And we're creating those opportunities, and such beautiful things will unfold for having this be the happiest, healthiest year of our lives. Having said that, again, Dr. Blake, thank you so much for being on this call, for sharing your love, your light. You're in the flow so clearly, and you're welcome anytime to join us in this space. And we'd love to support you in your beautiful mission, as well as you're helping kids around the world to lean more into that magic of who they are. So today's call is focused on your miracles. I want to celebrate and congratulate so many of you who have completed the 28-day Hmong Detox Challenge. Yeah, the Healthy Me Detox Challenge. Where it started was contagious healing. Originally started with Cornelia in her heart, just saying, I want to do this for myself. And she was doing it at the end of the 100-day training. And all of a sudden someone's like, I want to do this with you, Jana. I want to do this. And then many people, and in the end, there was what, 70 plus, Jana or Cornelia? How many people total joined the?
I have to say that we lost track of how many, because there were so many people suddenly showing up, and some of them never really reached out via email, or they just were suddenly in the group, in the WhatsApp group, and showed up on the calls. So to be honest, I don't know how many were actually doing it together, but it was a big number, at least 70, I would guess.
At least 70, and now also many other people on this call have completed this in the past. So I just want you to raise your hand if you've done a 28-day detox, you just completed it, or you've done it in the past. I just want to see how many people, just like scroll through real quick. Oh, wow. Amazing.
Tomorrow. My last day is tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, many people started at different timings, so this is pretty close, and such amazing results. Now, I'm just getting ready to complete a book that's just about Hmong soup miracles. In fact, also there's a kit. I don't know, is Kamal and Annie, are you on this call right now? Kamal, Annie, if you can unmute yourself. All right. If you're not on this call right now, we'll look forward to see you. But we want to hear your stories. Now, to kick it off, first of all, Cornelia has both stories. She has an amazing story about last Saturday and Sunday, letting go and loving herself, and what's happened this last week. Actually, let's start with that, Cornelia, because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I was really, as you all know, or most of you know, I'm doing quite a bit of work here for Dr. Clinton, for the whole community.
Yeah.
And I realized a lot of the things that I'm always very good at giving and very good at looking after everyone else. And I realized last week, after we were talking, not just about the letting go, but about the self-love, that I wasn't taking care of myself really lately. And I was just, and I realized that in order for me to even give more and be even more present, I need to look after myself first. So we had a short conversation, Dr. Glint and myself last week, and I said, okay, what I will do right now, I'm actually taking my calendar and I cross out some time every day. And I did. And except one day when something else happened when I couldn't do it, but it was more still a private thing. I actually took some time off every single day, and I already feel the difference in me. And because that is kind of one of the things that we are always, we are so good, particularly women and mothers, that we always look after somebody else and we forget ourselves. And that was such a lesson last week for me to really do that. And now after just a week, the difference that I'm feeling is just amazing. And everyone who is always giving and so good to everybody else, we need to start really to look after ourselves first. And that was one of my biggest lessons last week. And then of course also—
Wait, I gotta stop you there. You're getting so much love in the chat and everyone feels the ripple impact. First of all, thank you, Cornelia, for all the ways in which you serve everyone in this community, me, Dr. Ram, everyone. And none of us want you to do it. Oh, sorry about that. None of us want you to do it at the expense of your own health. So by you giving yourself this freedom to love yourself, it helps all of us. So I want everyone to put your hands together like this. And then as you go like this, I love you and I'm with you. It's I love myself, I'm with me, and I love you and I'm with you. Thank you, Cornelia. We are celebrating this with you and having it anchor deeper into us, giving us permission to do this as well. So thank you, Cornelia. Now you have more to share on this let go and love yourself, or you want to go to the 28 day?
I actually want to go to the 28 days because that was actually a big surprise for me. That I mean, I did it actually initially because I felt that starting the 3-year course, that I needed to have an experience of what is it like to do a detox. If I want to speak to clients or patients about that, then I need to know what it is all about. So I needed to do it, and I had because of the place where I'm living in, I had difficulties getting the supplements, but then finally I got them. And so that's why I said I'm going to do it. And then everyone showed up. And I don't know really what I expected. I definitely expected maybe to sleep better or whatever. For I don't know, maybe 9 years now, that had to after giving birth of 3 children, I had actually tears at my perineum. And for a long, they had healed at a certain time, but then they broke up again. It's like a scar tissue, and it just didn't heal anymore because it's a area in the body that's always moist. It's always exposed to bacteria, and it just didn't heal. And I tried everything. I was with so many doctors. I got creams and I got injections and all of that, and it never stopped. And it's painful, but it was just part of my life. And after about 2 weeks being on the detox, I felt that it was really starting to heal, and it's completely closed now. So that was for me something that I had been kind of dealing with, and I just didn't expect it, that just by changing the diet and really getting rid of the toxins, obviously also something in my bacteria has changed, that it allowed my skin actually to completely heal. And that was something that I hadn't expected at all. So I'm so thrilled that this outcome for me was way beyond something that as I said, I had expected. So I'm thrilled, and I can only say it was an experience. I also felt a lot of other things, mental things leaving my body, and I lost a lot of weight again. And so, it was just an amazing experience. And what I also want to say for everyone who was on this journey with me, even though I wasn't really posting a lot, as you know, I'm very busy. But I was following all your comments in the chat, And I was so amazed by every single one who was constantly cheering on everyone and sharing your own experience, giving little tips and hints. It was so amazing to see that community coming together and having this experience together. And that is something that, as I said, I wanted to do it alone for myself. And now being part of such a community, and we were just talking about that, what we just shared before, how important community is. It was also so important for this detox for all of us who were in the middle of it. And I really want to thank everyone who put your time and effort into sharing, into being present in the WhatsApp group. So thank you.
No. Okay, Jane, I'm going to give you a chance to respond first.
Well, I just wanted, my mind just went to all the people that were sharing, you know, Manira and Rita and Elio and Paola and Anne. I mean, all of you guys who, I would love to hear you guys' experience. I mean, Rita, you seem to have such a profound experience. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to go. I want everyone, I want you to share your experience. And to make sure we have proper time for everyone to share, we're going to go into breakout rooms. So every single person gets a chance to share their experience. But first of all, Cornelia, you have modeled in so many ways. I don't know how I can say thank you enough for this amazing team that show up with so much love. Jana, Cornelia, Carol, Heidi, all the mentors, everyone who's a leader of, you know, has been a leader in the 3-year practitioner training or miracle mentor. I feel like so blessed by this community. And instead of being like Jody, you know, where you have a challenge come, a trial come, and you just kind of want to escape, you know, what if we show up, especially in the times where we don't want to? You know, what if we give ourselves permission to do it like that? Because this is a difficult time for many people. And I just want to say you're welcome. All of you is welcome here. And like Dr. Blake was talking about the importance of community, that what a cool community to be a part of. You know, so many people. I was just in one of the breakout rooms a few weeks ago, and a beautiful woman was saying she came on the first calls with her camera off, and she was just nervous to engage with people. And if this is your first call, welcome. So much welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And she said at first she's like, people can't really love each other this much. This is ridiculous, you know. But then she kept coming, and then she turned on her video, and then all of a sudden she realized this is what I've been praying for my whole life, you know. And so this is something to celebrate, that this exists on the planet right now. And thank you, everyone, all the team who's making this possible. Right now, we're going to go into breakout rooms, and I want to have as many people share your stories as possible. Like I mentioned, we're going to create a book that's specifically about Hmong soup miracles that Ann Wilkinson's helping me with. Also, Kamal, Annie, and Arya Organics are creating a special Hmong soup miracle kit. Actually, there's 2 names. Right before we go in the breakout rooms, I want your feedback on this. What name do you prefer? Option 1 is Miracle Soup Kit, and option 2 is Miracle Hmong Soup Kit. Which do you think naturally you feel better about? Option 1 or option 2? Put in the chat. I want your vote on it. Whichever one gets the most votes, that's what the kit will be named. The subtitle for the kit may be something like this: Miracle Soup Kit or Miracle Hmong Soup Kit, nature's secret delicious gift for your ideal body, mind, and energy. Something like this. And if you have any other ideas of what do you think, it can come out in that. But I'm glad you're voting on this thing. I think if they come in your breakout room, they may have some more additional questions to ask. But what a gift to know Hmong soup exists. How simple, how delicious. What if healing can be so delicious? And then if we let go of things, physical, mental, emotional, we can come to our ideal mind, body, and energy. Now, some people lose weight. Corey Brandman, I don't think he's on the call, Dr. Corey Brandman, but he'll share his story when he comes. He has such a cool story. I saw him actually at the graveside service for Nick. And when I saw him, I was like, Corey, you look amazing. You know, he had come for his pulse consultation once. One of the things he wanted to do was gain weight. And then he came again 6 months later. We tweaked things a little bit in consultation with also the Vaidyas in India. Now he said he looks so good. He had gained the weight he wanted to. And I asked him the question, how do you feel now? He said, I feel ageless. And this is a highly respected, healer in this area that's now a part of the 3-year practitioner training, applying the ancient secrets, giving enough time for it to work. It didn't work in the first 6 months like he hoped. So coming back, tweaking things, learning more. That's why the 1-year immersion is so powerful, because in this period of time, you give yourself a proper chance to apply the ancient healing secrets to make this your healthiest, happiest year of your life. Okay, having said that, Cornelia, are we ready for the breakout rooms?
Yes, I have created 7 breakout rooms. I need to make sure that each of the breakout room has at least one mentor in it, so I'm just checking.
Good, and that they
but
have,
not
and that they're
everybody.
made co-hosts in advance so they can also record.
That's a good idea. I forgot about that.
We may
Okay.
need another minute or so.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
while you're doing this, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being you, everyone who's here. So grateful for you. I love you and I'm with you. And we can just unmute yourself just for a moment. Just say, I love you.
I love you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you.
Sister Francis, love you.
Love
Gloria,
you
love you.
and
Dr.
with
T.
you.
Love you, Jana. Love you, Anna. Love you, Dr.
Love
Susan.
you.
Love you, Cornelia.
Love you and I'm
Love you, and I'm with you.
with you. Love you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Love you and I'm with you.
Love you, Jara.
I'm with
You, Ann.
you. Love you.
You, Joseph.
Love you and
You, Pamela.
love you and I'm with you. Love you, Dr. Glenn.
Love you, Deborah.
Love you.
Love you, Maria Sin.
Love you.
Langita.
It's always so
Oh, you got muted too, Jana. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for your love, for your support. I saw also Aaron and Heidi were on this call. It was at their wedding. They actually gave as a gift to every single person that came a Hmong soup kit. And then also a pulse consultation created the first circle of infinite love. I'm just so grateful for the ways in which people have chosen to love, and by starting by loving yourself, like last week, by letting love guide you, by letting go of anything that's not that's not serving you. And so Cornelia, if you're ready, we can go into the breakout rooms and let love guide you, share, and the mentors in your group will help ask questions to bring out your story and just share in this very safe, loving space. And I love you, I'm with you. And thank you, Dr. Naram, who yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of him graduating from his body. Thank you, Dr. Naram, for devoting your life to make all of our lives better, for having this mission to have the ancient secrets go to bless every heart and every home. All right, let's see here.
I need a couple more minutes, but we have Shauna who wanted to share quite a while already.
Oh,
so
please,
maybe
Shauna.
Shauna wants to share.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Shauna, you have something you want to share? Let's see if we can unmute you here. Shauna, let's see.
She has her hand raised for quite a while, but maybe it was.
I don't see her on the call right now.
It looks like she
okay.
unmuted. Shauna, are you there?
Oh, Shauna.
Oh, good morning. Thank you. I was just raising my hand to give thanks for the Mung Bean Soup 29-day challenge. That was all. Thank you.
Can you share your experience that you had, Shauna?
Oh, that's so kind. I'll be happy to wait until we do the breakout rooms since you were preparing to do that.
Well,
Thank you
since
very-
we have a couple minutes to be good now, and the other thing is, Cornelia or Jana, can you put in for those that haven't done the 28-day detox, but they want to, maybe you can put how they can join in the chat as well. And Shauna, it'd be great to hear your story while we have a little bit of time here together.
Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for your service and all the joy that you're sharing. I'm just getting off a walk with my sweet little fur babies, and so that's why I don't have my face on the screen right now.
Oh, we want to see your fur baby too.
You
We
wanna
love
see
fur
the fur
babies on
baby?
this call. Yes, fur babies are very welcome in this space.
Whoops. Pardon me, I'm trying to get back to my screen here. Can you
Okay,
hear me? Can you hear me okay?
yeah, we definitely can hear you.
I'll just share my story really briefly.
Okay,
One thing
please.
that I've loved about my story was the joy of modifications. I was having a difficult time finding mung beans in my grocery stores and in southern Utah, but I was finding sprouted mung beans. And so I was really grateful for the mung beans that I found to make like the classic soups, which were delicious and nutritious, and um, then was using the sprouted ones with vegetables and the spices. And it was just a lovely experience. And kind of an interesting thing, I had gone to a friend, talking about detoxing properly, to go get a foot reflexology session. And when she gave me the session, she was explaining the zones of the foot, and she said, this zone of your foot is representing how your digestion and how healthy you are. And she goes, you must be eating right. So I was happy to get that validation that my new diet and eating were making me healthy.
That is so cool. I love that when that external validation comes for the internal feeling that you have. How did you first hear about the 28-day detox?
On the calls.
Okay, on the calls. And
On
where are
the
you joining
website.
from?
I'm joining from the southern Utah.
Southern Utah. And how did you first hear about the calls, Shauna?
I first heard about the calls from my dear friend Jolene, who gifted me a book, not this Christmas holiday, but the holiday prior. And I was so impressed with her teenage son going on and on about mung bean soup, which is not common for teenage boys to be going on and on about mung bean soup. So, so I knew that there has to be something wonderful going on in the book.
So beautiful, Shauna. Thank you for sharing your story. And if there's any other details you want to share as we go in the breakout room, thank you. Now, for everyone, as you go into the breakout rooms, you think about anything that's happened since last week, the let go, the self-love. If you have a story about that, a story about the 28-day detox, either this one or a previous one, we just want to make sure you have a chance to share. It's actually in conversations with Elio that it just reminded me that more important than me speaking is hearing and listening and hearing your stories. You never know when your story will touch someone's heart in a way that will create profound healing for them. And it was actually because of these Sunday calls that my mom, on her birthday, we did this game where it's how well do you know your mom? And one of the questions was, what is her favorite food? Now, almost everyone in my family got it right because they put mung soup, but it wasn't always that way. It was actually because she joined this call and heard Louisa share her story about eating the mung soup and doing the home remedy and how her knee pain went away. And then when that happened for my mom, then she became a big ambassador of mung soup. In fact, she gives out beans and books to so many people. So you never know when your story will touch, move, and inspire someone. And also, even if you think it's not that significant or not that important, it was just your own feeling, your own experience, it's good to share in this space. It's very, very powerful to share in this space. So Cornelia, are we ready to go?
Yep, we are ready to go. So everyone who used to be a mentor in one of the groups, when you are in there, would you please click then on the record button when you get in? And then everyone can, so we can share later on all your great stories.
Yeah,
So
and if
anyone
wants an appointment with Avidia to start a 28-day detox on your own, it's ancientsecretsfoundation.org/consultation. You can be in that space. Otherwise, I'm so excited to hear your stories. And so I love you and I'm with you. Cornelia, any other instructions?
Nope, just everyone. The question was, are we coming back into the main room later on, or is anyone just when they are finished sharing, should they just leave?
Great question. Because this is the final, because we don't know how long each group will take, I just want you to share your stories properly. So we're not coming back in the main room. You can just leave after that time. But I just want to thank you again in this space. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories. I love you. I'm with you. And you'll see on your screen now the place where you can click to go into the breakout room. All right, so on your screen right now, it should have a place. You can just click join